we can get fired up then.
All right. So everyone, I kind of wanted to blast this out to you guys just as another option for what we got staring us down for 2026. Many of you guys are already on John Deere Finance, have utilized it, but there are also many of you that have not, have had questions. So I thought I would bring in Chad Hafel with John Deere Finance to kind of walk through some of these options and how to get set up, how to increase limits, basically just to kind of get a well-rounded verse of what JDF is.
Yep, appreciate it, Matt. Yeah, my name's Chad Hafel with John Deere Financial, and I think it's probably as important this year as it's ever been on programs that are out in the marketplace. What is out there for you to take advantage of? What we're really seeing and happening right now across all of ag is that ag has tightened up financially. A lot of the banks have really started to restrict some credit lines and are trying to get more secure on their loans. And that's due to exactly what we're seeing with the prices that are out there. So financing is going to be more important. We want to make sure that everybody knows how to access the John Deere financing, how you can get lines set up. And this first screen that we're looking at here, there's a QR code there. So if you had your phone, you can snap that QR code. And what that will do is take you out to the online application. And it'll probably take you 5 minutes or less to fill out this application. You can request a line up to $250,000, and you don't need to provide any balance sheets or anything else. But get that in. In most cases, you're going to get a response back within 48 hours of your approval. And a lot of you already have lines set up with John Deere today. And if you do already have an account set up with us, it's really easy if you're needing more credit line to get that increased. There's a number at the top of this screen there. You can call that phone number and just ask for an increased line. So, and again, that 250,000 is kind of the magic mark. If you're asking for a line that's under 250,000, we're going to look at the pay history you've had with us, and you won't need to provide anything else. And in a lot of cases, most cases, you're going to have your answer on that credit decision before you hang up the phone. So you can scan that code. If you don't have an account, if you already have an account, use that phone number at the top, and you can ask for an increase there.
Perfect.
One of the tools that you do have access to that I think is really valuable, sorry about that, that I believe is really valuable is being able to see what the programs do for you financially and how the programs that are out there from the different manufacturers can actually put some more dollars back into your pocket. And so we'll look at that, but this QR code on here, you can also scan there, and that will take you to the calculator that we're going to look at here on the next slide that will allow you to put in there the data that you want and show you what's the best path to go. Might be a manufacturer's program, maybe it's an operating line, but you'll be able to see and make that decision based on facts.
Yeah, and that's a big thing this year. It's a choice. I mean, there's options. Don't feel like there's pigeonholed we're doing this or, basically it's just to let everyone know there are options out there. That's plain and simple.
Absolutely. That's all we're trying to do is make sure you know everything that you have available to you. The financial part of farming has become almost as important as what you're putting into the ground as far as the profitability come into the year. And so we'll take a look here at the BEAR program and the early commitment during the BEAR program and the impact that has for you. And so if we look at this, when you go out to that calculator from the previous screen, you scan that code, you'll be able to get out to this calculator, and down the left-hand side is everything that you're able to put in to decide on what's the best path for you. So for generic senses, use the purchase amount of $100,000. We're making this purchase now, And the early order for the Bear program through John Deere is a fixed 1%. You also get a 1% discount with that. So we plug that in there, and these are in drop-down boxes, so you don't have to remember what the program is. You'll be able to just select that interest rate that you want. It's got a November due date. And for comparison sakes, we went ahead and used it for the operating line, prime plus 1.5. And standard across all the US right now is kind of right in that mark. Prime today is 7.5, so that gives you an operating line of 9. I've heard of operating lines that are 10 plus. I've heard of some operating lines that are a little bit lower, but for looking at this, we use 9 because that is the standard across the market. So if we look at and bust down, then so you're going to put in this data, you're going to hit calculate. Now over here on the right-hand side, this is the output that you're going to get. And it's going to break down exactly for you the Bear program through John Deere versus an operating line and taking that full cash discount. So the full cash discount's 8%. With the John Deere financing, you're going to get a 1% discount, but you're going to get an interest rate of 1% as well. So when we look at how that breaks down, we get down there, and obviously the interest cost is quite a bit different on a fixed 1% versus an operating line. And so really ultimately what we want to point out here is that your savings is better if you use this John Deere program versus taking the full cash discount at 8%. And a lot of times that's where your mind can get kind of down a different path because you hear 8% discount versus a 1% discount. Well, you will actually put some money in your pocket if you take advantage of the program that Bear has put out into the marketplace. So through the John Deere program versus that operating line, you'll save $2,700. And we built this on a 500-acre deal. So it even busted down for you on how much are you going to save per acre? You're going to save $5.50 per acre. And when I look at this, you can really bust it down to, you're going to save $2,700. That's over 2.5%. So you can almost look at it as you're giving yourself an extra 2.5% discount by taking advantage of their program. While the top number says you're getting a 1% discount, you're really getting a 3.5% discount on this deal.
Yeah, the other part too is that 8% doesn't stay there forever. So we have dates on this, and you can reach out and we can talk about that. But the next one is 6%. So you even compound that together, that's even more. So all we'd have to do is just put some numbers in, lock it in, and we're done. And we just come back and we'll talk later about hybrids. But this would just be a different way of locking in discounts on seed. And just call me, we'll go through it. I do a bunch of these, and it's a good program. It really is.
Yep. And really, I mean, this is what we wanted to get in front of you. Point here is to keep this short, but give you that information. And ultimately what we're trying to accomplish here is Storby Seed is trying to put as many dollars in your pocket. And this is just another avenue where you may be able to put a few more dollars in your pocket. It is not an all-inclusive of, hey, we think you should go this way. Absolutely. No, this is just a way for you to look at it and decide what's the best path for you.
Yep. So, I mean, with this, we can put seed, Bayer chemistry. I'm sure there's other programs. Here at Storby Seed, we'll also put our BW, Pivot Bio, Streamline Ag. Virtually anything that we go through here, we will have a JDF, and a lot of those other programs, I have 0% available. So that is very crucial for a year like this.
Yeah, you bet, Matt, and you're right on. A lot of our chemical companies have put 0% interest rates out into the market. And so take advantage of somebody else's money. These companies are buying these programs, they're buying these interest rates down to help move their product, but they bought it down. So take advantage of the money that they're spending.
Yep, couldn't agree more. That's kind of all I have for this. It's a tool, guys. I mean, it's nothing more than just another way, just to help this year. Other ways, I mean, we've been using it on our farm for a long time, and it's available. So I just want to make sure everyone knows that it is available. And if any details, feel free to reach out, give me a call, and we can go over it. So, you got anything else you need to add, Chad?
Nope, that's there. Again, just getting credit line set up is pretty easy. And if you have any questions, get a hold of Matt. Matt can wrap me in if we need to look at doing something different. If you're trying to get a larger line set up, we have growers set up with over $1 million lines. I guess one of the key things maybe to point out to this credit line with John Deere is that it is an unsecured line. We're not taking liens on your crop or any of your farm or anything there. So the real benefit to that is because it's unsecured, it won't impact your operating line. Your banker doesn't have to adjust how much they're going to loan because somebody else has some liens on some of your assets. So it leaves that operating line in place for the other things that you need to purchase throughout the season.
Well said. That is, yeah, good point. So, like I said, let's do this sooner than later because we're going to get in the fall mode here real quick. I've seen actually a few fields start turning. So the sooner we can get moving on this, the better. And like I said, feel free to reach out. We'll get all your questions answered. So thanks a lot, Chad, and have a good day.
Sounds good. Thank you.